It's the baddest brand in the land, CHAMPSIDE. Well, let me do this right. Mr. Gary Russell Jr., not to be confused with his brothers, Gary Antoine Russell Jr. and Gary Antonio Russell Jr. How you feeling, brother?
Man, I'm good, man. No complaints.
We had this Tank Davis fight. Man, you got one of the coldest lines I ever heard in boxing.
Oh,
you told
shit,
Tank, you said, tell Floyd Mayweather to stop treating your career, your boxing career, like a fragile Amazon package. Where did you come up with that, man? And then we sitting here fighting on Amazon Prime.
That's crazy, right? I mean, I felt as though at that particular time, that was one of the fights that I definitely won. I was the longest reigning champion of the sport. And for some weird reason, they stood way clear of me. They didn't want to fight me for some weird reason. I personally felt as though just based geologically where we were placed at, you know, for him to represent Baltimore, we represent Maryland, and etc. I feel like the sport itself is too small for both of us not to at least collide. You know what I mean? So it was never nothing personal against Tank. I mean, it was just a fight that I wanted. Is it possible? And at that time, I felt like they was protecting me. I mean, I still kind of feel like they protecting them. They pick and choose who they fight. You know, they not willing to completely blindly close their eyes and say, okay, I'm gonna fight that guy. You know, I think they still somewhat protecting him to a certain extent. I think they're weaning him and letting him get a little better before they really decide to jump him out there. But shit, that's a fight that I always wanted.
Oh, people would have loved to see that fight. You went on a run.
Hey, look, and we can still make it. We can still make that fight.
You still interested in that Tank fight?
Fuck yeah, we can still make it. And we can make it happen in our hometown. We can do that shit in Maryland somewhere.
Man, you had a run where first, I want to say you said that you slapped Bud, right? And then you was going viral for that. And then you was in it with Devin.
I never said that I was slapping. I just, first of all, it was an old story that happened.
From the Olympic Training Center.
Yeah, I never said I slapped him. I said I punched him in his face.
Oh, okay.
And I thought it was a little childish. You know what I'm saying? What happened was someone brought it up.
Right.
And they tried to spin it, so I had to tell them what really happened. Like, don't lie on my name. No, that's not what happened. What really happened was he did get punched in the face. He didn't punch back, you know, but at the end of the day, we were both, at that time, we were world-class amateur fighters at the top of the food chain, and even now until today, we're still, you know what I'm saying, pretty much right there where we was, you know what I'm saying, way back then. You know, we're still at the top of the food chain even now to this day. So it goes to show the skill set and the pedigree that both parties have. You know, but that's what was going on with that. Now, what was the other one?
Well, I was just saying that the Devin Haney contract, the red line, all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, you was going online. Listen, Slim, you was cooking like every day. You was on Instagram.
I was cooking.
We was all watching you. We was like, damn, Gary don't win in again.
Because I mean, I'm a physical person.
Right.
You feel me? I ain't really the ones for the high school back and forths and all that. Yeah. Just like they say, pussies come together, man, click together so they don't feel alone. It be like that. They really do that in real life.
Yeah.
I'm one of the ones that are staying by myself, solo dolo. You know what I'm saying? On all 10.
Right. Did you have any thoughts on, seeing what happened with Devin? One, it looked like he was, outboxed, and then it came out that Ryan was, tested positive PEDs. What was your reaction to all of that?
Even with that, I thought it was crazy. For one, I'm completely against any type of steroid, doping, any of that shit, because as a fighter, you know what I'm saying, we go and bust our ass every day in the gym to try to be the best that we can be, to come out there for somebody to come and do some unfair shit like that. Right. That's completely frowned upon. I also feel as though that steroids don't help your skill set. Even if he did take that shit, it's not gonna make him a better fighter. It doesn't make you a better fighter. You might not get tired, but it's not gonna make you a better fighter. So even if I don't know if it was proven if Ryan was on it or wasn't on it, but I feel as though if they was to rematch it and even if he wasn't on it, the outcome was still gonna be the same.
Would you? I know your brother is campaigning at 140. That's Devin's weight class. It's for the WBC interim this Saturday, June 15th. It didn't work out with Mr. Gary Russell, the oldest.
You can't run from this DNA, baby.
So you think we might get Antoine?
They're gonna have to deal with this bloodline at some point. One way or another, they're gonna have to deal with this bloodline. Either they gonna shit or get off the stool. And to be honest with you, after that last performance from Devin, God willing, my younger brother go out here and is victorious on Saturday night. The only way Devin is going to be able to regain anything is to fight someone of that stature.
Right.
So now, back against the wall. So you're gonna have to shit or get off the stools, and we gonna send pressure.
That's what I've been saying.
And we gonna send pressure.
That's what I've been saying. The only way,
either you gonna take it or vacate that motherfucker.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, that's it.
I've been saying that the only way Devin get his respect back is fight somebody that everybody knows is like that dude. And
that's it.
I think that your brother has been one of the most flying under the radar. I mean, we know about him, but he still ain't really him. Boots, they still really fighting.
I believe this is his come out. This is his coming out party.
Yeah.
I believe this fight right here is his coming out party.
Right. When y'all talk about physics, we talking about leverage on shots, punch placement. What does that mean? When I keep hearing them say we train physics, and I don't think I ever heard that in boxing.
Yeah, we train just a little different, Positions. Everybody have their own creed, or remember, the Chinese movies. They got all these different styles. They got the tiger style,
shallow wind style.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? And my father, I'm blessed because a lot of these fighters that you see, man, they Frankenstein fighters. They was training with this person, then they stopped training with him. They started training with somebody else. So. When we was taught, everyone has a hook, a jab, an uppercut, but we was just taught to do it a little differently, to generate more, to still be able to generate a certain amount of power behind it without telegraphing. So it's somewhat of our creed. It ain't something I can really explain. I'm also have to show you.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people, it's Father's Day. That's why I was asking you over there before we got cut off. I know almost everybody asked me about your father. Condolences. I lost my grandmother very recently. How emotional will you be going into this fight, or every time, you think about the words your father says and the things that you hear, in silence? How emotional will you be going into that fight, especially if your brother's hand is raised?
Man. I think I'll be really emotional. We playing it full. I heard you say you lost your grandmother, man. My condolences to that, man.
Appreciate you.
Like I say, to the younger generation, I'll tell them to do less fucking talking and more listening. Because at some point in time, whether we got our mother, our father, our uncles, our mentors, or our big homies, or however you want to call it, at some point in time, we're going to get cut off from that access of information, and we're only going to be able to rely off of what we remembered and how much we paid attention.
Right.
So please pay attention and please listen.
Yeah, I heard Antoine say your father used to tell him, don't magnify your opponent. So I know that it's still in his mind.
There you go.
How is your Antonio doing? What's next for him?
Man, he's doing good, man. We're trying to get him situated in August.
Okay.
He's about to have something going on in August.
Okay. And for your brothers, man, what kind of being that kind of like the lead, the head, taking on your father's role, what's the main thing you try to keep in their mind from straying off the path or anything like that?
Man, just humility, honor, integrity, respect.
Yeah. Gary Antoine Russell, appreciate you. I'll catch up with you later, man. I want to see what your reaction after the fight. Any prediction on the fight?
Man, I think he's going to get this boy out on the later half of the fight.
I asked him about the 100% knockout ratio. There's one thing, it's a marketing thing. It sounds, 100% knockout ratio, but you don't want to fall in love with that to the point where you get away from the W. And he said, don't nothing matter more than the win.
There you go. And that's what I've been instilling. Fuck a knockout. We're not thinking about no knockout. I ain't tripping over no knockout. The difference between good and great is inches and centimeters and the ability to execute. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. I'm not expecting you to try to go out here and get this boy out.
Right.
If you go out there and handle and do things accordingly, you fucking around and get his ass up out of there.
I was there in, I think it was Bakersfield, Y'all fought. I think he had a first-round knockout. I remember y'all came out to Keep Your Head to the Sky. You know that song? I like how your entrances be fire. What we got? I mean, you can't tell us, but we got something special planned for this Saturday?
Nah, ain't nothing special planned for Lil, bro.
All business.
You know what I'm saying? All business.
Well, let me ask you this. I got one more question. Do you feel like the Russell story could be maybe like a movie with your father and your brothers, and you being an Olympian, your brother being an Olympian, you being one of the longest reigning not heavyweight, but champions in boxing? Do you feel like that's something that could be made into a film?
That's definitely something that could be made into a film. I totally agree. And Mauricio and the WBC sanctioning body, man, they surprised me with this. And it goes to show how much work and effort that me, my father, and my brothers have put into the sport for them to even think about acknowledging and giving this to us. So thank y'all again, man.
Can we get a quick shout out to CHAMPSIDE from Gary Russell?
Man, definitely y'all get a shout out, man. CHAMPSIDE, man. From Mr. Gary Russell Jr., man. Stay tuned.
Appreciate you, Slim. Everybody that called me from DC, like at that time when you was calling in, hey Slim, man, let me tell you something, man. Gary ain't worried about these. What can you say about? Yeah, I know, man. What could you say real quick about, not to be messy, but what happened with the Meek Mill situation, man? That was a big thing,
I mean, to be honest with everybody, with the fans, that's really my city. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just told him it was a big misunderstanding that got understood a little later. I just told him, like, watch your mouth, this is my city. You'll get stuck down here.
Right. How you feel your brother match up with Pitbull Cruz? He had 140, he got a belt.
Man, that's so crazy. That's so crazy because that's who I wanted my comeback fight to be at 35.
Isaac Cruz. Who you want? Who you want now?
Shit, I want the same motherfuckers I've been wanting. I want a Tank. I want Lomachenko.
That's okay.
I definitely want Lomachenko. I want a Tank. I wanted Isaac Cruz, but he moved up. So I might make a pit stop at 30 if something makes sense.
When you think you might come back? This year?
It's possible. Everybody in their mom been asking for me to come back. I just been holding. I gotta get my little brother situated. I got my shoulder surgery. I have to make sure because I'm not doing no tune-up, none of it.
I gotta ask you, I'm sorry, bro, to keep you, but your brother Deontay Wilder, your Olympic brother, man, have you seen the reaction to him? I know, like, both of y'all are kind of like, y'all been in the sport. Y'all was the longest reigning in WBC. He had 10 title defenses. What do you say about Wilder now? Like, so many people telling that man to retire and give it up, and Stephen A. Smith was on the show cooking Wilder, like, calling him stupid and shit. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Man,
he said he dumb. Listen. He said he dumb for fighting somebody 70 pounds heavier than him. This heavyweight.
I don't know, but this is me talking directly to Deontay because that's my man. Fuck what anybody got to say, my boy. Fuck what all them saying. I don't give a fuck what nobody saying. At the end of the day, when I first linked up with Deontay Wilder and he made the Olympic team, he was the least experienced person on the 2008 Olympic team, and he took what he had and became a world champion. That shit means something. That shit means something. So Slim, fuck what anybody got to say. Fuck what anybody got to say. Get to your bag, get to your money, and I know you got some other extra goofy shit going on, so you ain't got time to even worry about this shit, bro. Stay locked in.
Mr. Gary Russell Jr. on the champ side. I appreciate you, brother.